welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to crochet the linen stitch, which is the stitch you see right here. All you're going to need today is some yarn, a crochet hook, and you will just need to know the single crochet, the chain stitch, and the slip stitch if you are wanting to crochet this stitch in the round. I am going to show you guys how to crochet this stitch flat as well as in the round. There are a couple of little differences when crocheting flat compared to crocheting in the round, so I thought I would just take you through both of those. But if that is something that you are interested in, just keep on watching. So first of all, I'm going to show you how to crochet the linen stitch in a flat straight panel. So what you want to do to get started is, of course, start with a slip knot as always, and then we want to chain up an odd amount of stitches. So I'm going to go with 15 today just for demonstration purposes. Once you've chained up an odd amount of stitches, what we want to do is find the third chain from our hook. So we're skipping the first two chains, so 1, 2, and we're crocheting into that third chain from our hook, and we are going in with a single crochet. Once you've done that, we're going to chain 1. We're then going to skip that next chain stitch and find the chain stitch after that and go in with a single crochet. We're then going to chain 1 and repeat that exact same process. So skipping that next chain stitch, finding the one after that, going in with a single crochet and chaining 1. And we're just going to repeat that process until we get to the end of the row. So skipping that next chain stitch, finding that next one and going in with a single crochet, chaining 1, skipping that next chain, going in with a single crochet, chaining 1, skipping the next chain, finding the next one, going in with a single crochet, chaining 1, and now we are at the end, so we're just going to finish off our last single crochet. So when you're working the linen stitch flat, you should finish on a single crochet. So once you've finished off that row, we are going to chain 2 and turn our work. Now we're going to be working back along this way. So we've chained 2, we've turned our work, and now we want to find that chain 1 stitch. So we're skipping that very first single crochet and we're finding that chain 1 that we completed just before we finished our last single crochet, and we're going into that chain 1 space with a single crochet. Once you've done that, we are again going to chain 1, and we're skipping that next single crochet and finding that next chain 1 space and going in again with a single crochet and chaining 1. So again, we are skipping that next single crochet, we're finding that next chain 1 space, going in with a single crochet and chaining 1. And again, we're just going to repeat that process all the way to the end of the row. And now we are at the end of row 2. So what we want to do when we get to the end of row 2 is to skip that last single crochet, and we're going to find that chain 2 space that we skipped at the very beginning of our work, and we're going into that chain 2 space with a single crochet. Just like that. And now we are chaining 2 and turning our work. Now all we do to continue with this stitch is just to repeat row 2 for as long as you need. So this is just repeats of row 2, so the row we've just finished, until you reach your desired length. I will go ahead and repeat row 2 a few times just so we can see what the stitch looks like, and I will meet you back here at the end. Okay, so here you can see I have completed a few rows of the linen stitch. It is a beautiful stitch. It's nice and solid, so it's great if you're wanting to make something that's not too holey, because crochet, as we know, can traditionally be a little bit holey. So I absolutely love this stitch because it is nice and solid. Okay, so now I will show you how to crochet the linen stitch in the round. We are of course going to start with a slip knot and just popping that onto our hook. Now the main difference with crocheting in the round is that instead of chaining up an odd amount of stitches, we want to start with an even amount of stitches. So for demonstration purposes today, I am going to chain up 20. Once you've chained up your even amount of stitches, we are going to slip stitch into that very first chain to make a loop. So make sure all your stitches are nice and flat and there's no twists. And then you're simply going to flip it over and around like this. Insert your hook into that very first chain stitch. And slip stitch to join. So you should have a loop that looks like that. Now we are going to chain one. The chain one does not count as a stitch, so just keep that in mind when we get to the end of the round. And now what we want to do is find that very first chain stitch, the one we just slip stitched into, and we're going to go in with a single crochet. And then we're going to chain one. So it's the exact same stitch pattern as if we were crocheting this stitch flat, like I showed you before, but the only difference is now, once we get to the end, there is a little bit of joining and turning your work that goes on. So again, we are going to be skipping the next chain stitch and finding that next one and going in with a single crochet, chaining one, skipping that next chain, going into the one after that with a single crochet, chaining one, and just repeating that process all the way around. So I will meet you back here at the end. Okay, once you reach the end of the round, you should have finished on a chain stitch. So we are going to be skipping that last chain stitch and slip stitching into the very first single crochet that we completed of the round to join. Just like that. Then we're going to chain one and turn our work. Now to begin round two, we are going to find that chain one space and complete a single crochet into that chain one space. We're going to chain one, skip that next single crochet, find the chain one space after that, inserting our hook, completing a single crochet, chaining one, and repeating that process all the way around. So skipping that next single crochet and finding that chain one space, inserting our hook and completing a single crochet, chaining one, and repeating all the way around. It's exactly the same stitch pattern. The only difference is at the end, we slip stitch to join, chain one, and then turn our work. I will go ahead now and finish off round two, and I'll meet you back here at the end, and I'll just show you one more time how to finish off the round. Okay, so here I am at the end of round two. I have finished on a chain stitch once again, and we are going to be skipping that last single crochet and slip stitching into that very first single crochet of the round. So skipping that last single crochet, inserting our hook into that first single crochet from the beginning of the round, just completing a slip stitch to join, chaining one, and then you will turn your work and work back that way. Again, you will just repeat round 2 until you have reached your desired length, and that is pretty much all there is to it, guys. I will show you what the stitch looks like on a larger scale. This is a project I've been working on for the last few days, and it is being crocheted in the linen stitch. So I just thought I would show you all what it looks like on a bigger scale so you can get a bit more of an idea what the stitch does look like. Again, it is a nice solid stitch. I absolutely love it because I think that it's not your traditional kind of crochet look. So if you're going for something that you want to look like more of, I guess, a knit stitch, even though this is not knitted obviously and it doesn't look knitted, it's just more of a solid look like knitting would give you, rather than the traditional crochet holey look that you would usually get with traditional crochet stitches. Anyway, guys, that wraps up today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up as always. And if you haven't already, please join me in the Talk Yarny to Me Facebook group. I would love to see you there. I would also love if you would subscribe to my channel and turn on your notifications so you will be notified of all my future videos. But until next time, I will see you later. Have a great day and stay safe. Bye, guys.